Well, hello, Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. It's your congressman coming for a special Thanksgiving edition of Local Hero, my favorite time of the week when we get to salute the people who make life so magical in Maryland's 8th District. And I have got such an amazing Thanksgiving local hero for you. Please meet Amy Falcone, who is a retired registered nurse who grew up not in Maryland, but in Ohio on a farm. But she went into nursing. She became a registered nurse. She made her way to Maryland. And then, because of a trip that she took to Utah, she embarked upon a journey that led her back to farming. And in her farming, she has grown all kinds of amazing food for our community, for restaurants here, for the Montgomery County Farm to Food Bank program, and she's donated tons of food to the Manna Food Center during COVID-19. She's the mom of 5. She lives in Brookville, Maryland, in the bucolic heart of Montgomery County, and she's showing everybody what a farmer looks like and sounds like in the 21st century. So, Amy Falcone, you are our Thanksgiving local hero. Congratulations to you.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a huge honor, actually. I really appreciate that.
All right, now tell us the story of what exactly happened. You were a nurse. Where were you working? You took this trip to Utah, and what happened?
So I worked in nursing for a number of years. I worked at Southern Maryland Hospital when I first moved to Maryland, down in Clinton, Maryland. But then I did most of my hospital nursing at Holy Cross Hospital right in Silver Spring. And then I worked for a physician network for about 11 years. And then I took a little sabbatical from nursing. I had a child in my later years. And then I kind of retired from that job. And then I went on vacation and my life kind of changed.
All right, so you were in Utah. It's like a backpack trip you were on,
Yeah, we went. So in 2017, it was in July, actually, it was hot. And we went on a backroads vacation we visited the Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon, and we were biking and hiking through those and Zion Canyon. And one of our favorite memories of that trip was we went to a restaurant in the middle of the desert, and the chef came out and said, "Everything that you have eaten here has been grown here." And I'm looking around and I'm going, okay, there's sand everywhere and there's dryness everywhere. There's no way. I'm raising my hand saying that's not possible. And the chef said, actually, it is. There's an aquaponics greenhouse over the hill. And I'd never heard of an aquaponics greenhouse. I grew up on a farm. I didn't even know what that meant. But my family and I were all together. There was about 18 of us or 19 of us at the time. And my sister Googled what it was, and we started researching, and we kind of got interested.
So you decided when you got back to Maryland that you wanted to start growing tomatoes and cucumbers and all this stuff in your house or in your backyard?
Well, it didn't kind of exactly happen that way. We were coming home from the airport, and we got rerouted on our normal way home, and we came to the corner of Zion Road and Brookville Road. And there was a farm for sale. And I'm like, this must be some sort of a sign. We were in Zion Canyon when this happened. And here's Zion Road. There's a farm. We've talked about this. Maybe we could do this. And then I don't know, within 3 or 4 months, this just bloomed into what it is today.
Wow. So you got found in Utah. You got lost in Maryland. Then you got refound again when you decided that this was something you had to do. So
actually, yes,
so wait, are you telling me that your farm operation is all aquaponics, like the vegetables and fruits that grow vertically, that kind?
No, so yeah, in a way. So we have 2 systems inside. We have a 4,000 square foot greenhouse. And in that 4,000 square foot greenhouse, on the left side is a hydroponic system, which is it's just water and liquid nutrients. On the right side of it is a lot of deep water culture, and that's aquaponics. And aquaponics, the definition of that is where fish waste fertilizes the roots underneath the water, so that you have dangling roots, and the fish waste is circulated underneath. So it's never top watered. So everything is all done under the water. We have about 10,000 gallons of water that rotates through the whole system 4 times a day, every 6 hours.
So you are not growing anything outdoors right now?
We are. After the first couple years, we got to the point where I said, okay, let's try to expand this outside. We have 100 acres. Part of the farm is commodities farmer rents it and uses the land. But I said, let's take some of this land and learn a little bit about regenerative farming. So what I did is I hired the Rodale Institute, and they taught me how to do a market garden. And I kind of threw my hat at it and said, okay, we'll see how this goes. And we actually produced about 4,000 pounds of produce this year out of that small market garden.
That's remarkable. And it all goes to local restaurants and institutions and
local restaurants, families, and then again to the Farm to Food Bank program. And some is donated, some is purchased. And we've found we deliver to some Frederick restaurants, some Brookville restaurants. We've been in Ellicott City, and we also have eggs. We have about 550 chickens. So we have fresh eggs as well.
So do people come and visit you at the Vita Farm?
Yes. So we have, when the pandemic hit, we kind of had to switch our model in 11 days. We were all restaurant basically. And so we were all wholesale. And then we decided that we needed to get rid of this food that we had been growing. And I didn't want to stop growing because I knew the world would open up one day. So I said, let's just donate it. Let's figure out how to donate it. So I got signed up with Chow Match. I actually called our Office of Agriculture, and Jeremy Chris turned me on to where I needed to go. And so we started donating. And then I got one of, I think, the last outdoor refrigerators in the country before the supply chain stopped. And we put an outdoor fridge, and I put a sign on it, and it says, if you can pay, please do. If you can't, please eat. I'd never monitored it. It's a completely honor system. You can Venmo, you can PayPal, or there's a cash box. And I really wanted people to know that they could just come. There was no judgment, no questions. If you needed something, it was in the refrigerator. So it was sort of like opening up my kitchen. And that became then it became a retail kind of business, and people would order, and we would put their order together and put that in the refrigerator. And now it's still, to this day, they come and they see the eggs or the lettuce, the kale, the microgreens, whatever we have in the refrigerator. And they'll either
it's just one refrigerator where you put one refrigerator.
It's a tall refrigerator. Yeah, it's one large refrigerator, but we only harvest when it's ordered. And then we have a few staple items that we keep in stock all the time.
Well, I hope you're not going to be overrun by all of your fans after Local Hero comes out. But Amy Falcone, I got to tell you, you are an enchanting local hero for Thanksgiving week. You exude gratitude for everything that you've been given, for your 5 children, your 3 grandchildren, your wonderful family, and for the great community you live in Brookville. And you elicit a lot of gratitude from us for showing everybody that farming is alive and people can make it work, and people support you, and you do it with such a wonderful spirit.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.